Good morning. Happy Monday. It's good to see everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Hearting everybody. I can't do that all that well. There are people who do that with their hands and they make these perfect hearts. Mine kind of looks like a parallelogram. So happy parallelogram day, everybody. I'm Matthew. Hey, so if you've never seen, so that song by CeCe Peniston called Finally, the best version of that song exists in the movie, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. If you've never seen that movie, it's worth a watch just to see that song performed. I'm not going to say anything more about it. Go and be surprised. It's a whole lot of fun. All right, so it is Monday. It's family reunion week. A lot of us leave in the next couple of days to head down to Orlando. The rest of you are going to follow suit up here. Very exciting, very exciting. So congratulations. I want to start with the congratulations to all of the Super Bowl winners yesterday. We'll start with the Los Angeles Rams since they actually won the Super Bowl. So way to go, Rams. That's lovely. For those of you who are rooting for the Bengals, maybe next year. For those of you rooting for the Rams, yay. For those of you who didn't care either way and won money, woohoo, even better. What was interesting this year is that the halftime winners, I don't know if you noticed this, but the halftime winners and the final score winners were the same. Even though the score was different, the last two digits were the same. So the people who won really won. They kicked it. It was great. So thanks to everyone who participated in that. The cool thing is that through all of that, we got lots of winners, lots of money going back out to you, and we raised $1,600 for KW Cares and had some fun doing it. So congrats to all. My goodness, see, everyone must have been up late with the Super Bowl last night because everyone's coming in late today. I got more people in the waiting room than I know what to do with. All righty, so Monday morning is update on challenge morning, yes? So I wanted to give you updates on two challenges. The first is our 2 books a week challenge. We're now week 7. Hold on, live mics. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. We're now in week 7, which means books 13 and 14. Man, I don't know about you, but it's a whole lot of reading going on, right? And so the 2 books for this week, they're actually great books. I've read each of them in the past. And so I'm excited to get back and reread them. The first one is The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. For those of you who have ever read a John Maxwell book, you know that they actually are a very fast read, and they are so chock full of awesome, great information, and also pretty inspiring at the same time. John Maxwell is one of those people you can pick up and read and feel better about everything in about 10 minutes, right? So The 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. And the second one is The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni. Don't let the title fool you on that one. It kind of sounds like a depressing book, right? It's not. It's actually a pretty cool book about growth and working with others and stuff like that. It's called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, Patrick Lencioni. All right, so that is our 30, 60, 90, 2 books a week challenge. By the way, your team leaders are about halfway through that whole program. So we've got another probably 6 or 7 weeks of books. There will be no new books next week because next week is family reunion week. And so the team leaders are not meeting with their coaches that week. So here's the fun news. I heard that and thought, woohoo, 1 more week to try and catch up on the books that I'm not quite caught up on from the first 7 weeks. So great job, everybody. Take that week and make sure that you have that list. I will also re-blast out via email the link to the Google Sheet that lists all the books for each week in case you are interested in grabbing that. All right, challenge number 2, our listings challenge. So if you remember last week, I reported that we were clawing our way back after being behind on our listing count, clawing our way back. Well, I guess the excitement of the Super Bowl kind of relaxed everybody last week because we didn't do so much clawing last week. And so we are supposed to be right now, we should be at 137 new listings taken on our goal of 200 by March the 1st. We are at 111. So we are 26 short, which is a little bit wider of a gap than we were last Monday. That leaves 45 a week for the next 2 weeks, right? We need 90 more listings to hit that target, 45 this week, 45 next week. Or if you want to just do all 90 this week and then just do a couple next week, that would be okay, right? So whatever we need to do, let's figure that out, keep pushing and focusing on that listing count. I'm going to tell you what, if you're starting to feel like this year is getting off to a rockier start because of inventory issues or whatever issues you may be dealing with, recognize that listing count is your way out. Focus on listing count, everything else cures itself. So just take the stand of what am I going to do to list a property today? And then ask yourself that question every day to create those answers. Family reunion, for those of you who are attending in person, safe travels. We'll start losing some of you as we go on this week. We'll see you down there on Friday. Do prep for family reunion. Those of you who are attending on site, those of you who are attending virtually, do prep for family reunion. What I mean by that is make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that you're taking all the steps you need to take to get the most out of that event so that you don't just show up the morning of a family reunion and not quite know where you're headed or what you're looking for, right? Ask yourself the questions about how best to spend your time in that event and then seek out the answers that you need. I'm really excited to tell you that as soon as we come back from family reunion, we will be launching our spring-ish sign in to win, right? Q1 sign in to win event. And so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're working in a way to take the equity analysis and combine it with the sign in to win to give you an opportunity to connect with your database as well as present those equity analyses to get those people talking to see how we can continue to generate more listings. So I'm really excited to be able to tell you how that's all going to work once we're back. But we have an entire new program for you that'll go the last week of February through March to get you in front of more people as the snow melts and the daffodils start to come up. So excited for that. All right, those are my, I do have a couple of more calendar announcements. There is no Business Builders today. 11 o'clock, we do have our One Thing book club. Pages, I think 98 or 96 through 174 is what today is. So do tune in at 11 o'clock for the One Thing book club, as well as 1 o'clock today is our Capper Mastermind, open for all cappers, current or past. If you've ever capped in our organization, you are invited to that mastermind. And if you have not, if you don't meet that criteria, your mastermind is on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, the All Agent Business Mastermind. So either one, that kind of takes care of everybody on this call. Rainmakers, you are 1 o'clock on Thursday, just by the way, to finish out the week before we head to family reunion. So 1 o'clock today, Capper Mastermind, lots of things to discuss. So make sure that you are on in this Zoom room. All right. So I titled what I was going to talk about today as No One Succeeds Alone. You heard me talk a little bit about this a couple of weeks ago when I brought you my ahas, my business lessons from the Australian Open, if you remember, right? Because what I was mentioning is that every player, no matter whether they win or lose, always thanks the entire team around them. And so we had a little bit of a discussion around no one succeeds alone. But I wanted to give you a little bit more on that this morning. You know, watching the Super Bowl last night, I was struck by the concept of no one succeeds alone all over again. Each of those players on both of those teams could be the very best and brightest at what they do individually, right? However, without each other, they don't succeed. You can be the greatest quarterback on the planet. If you're out there alone on the field, what chance do you have? Who do you throw the ball to, right? Who do you pass it off to? Nobody. And so individually bringing the talents to the field was a bit of a struggle. If those of you watched the game last night, the Rams kind of struggled. Yes, they got out to an early lead, but then they kind of struggled to continue and capitalize on that. And they had a lot of talented people on the field, but they just weren't getting the job done. Things weren't gelling, and they started to have things slip away, in that the Bengals actually came and outscored them for a portion of the game. So I don't know about anybody else, but what I noticed last night was this. I noticed that about a couple of minutes into the second half, I don't know exactly when it was, they just weren't remembering the concept of no one succeeds alone. And I think they had to challenge themselves with a play. Now, remember, this is Rick describing football. So I just prefaced this whole conversation with that. There was a play, and they called it some like Philadelphia something, Philadelphia sneak, or the Philadelphia flip, or somebody probably knows what I'm talking about, but it was some Philadelphia something or other. And it's a whole play whereby the quarterback kind of tosses the ball to somebody else and then runs down the field. And the running back, who usually runs down the field, hangs back, and the person that got tossed the ball tosses it to the running back, and then the running back throws the pass to the quarterback. So it's like a completely backwards play. The Philly special. Thank you for everyone who actually knows football. The Philly special, right? And I think that's because it was used by the Philadelphia Eagles when they were in the Super Bowl a number of years ago. The only reason I know that is because my brother was at my house watching the Super Bowl last night, and is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. So therefore we have the backstory of the Philly special. So what's the point? They did that, right? And they kind of got everybody out of their comfort zone, shook things up a little bit on their own side. And from that moment on, it seemed to change things. It's like they remembered that no one succeeds alone. It's like they remembered they needed each other in order to actually get the win. What's fascinating to me is that play didn't succeed, right? The running back threw the ball to the quarterback, and he overshot the ball. He threw it too high. The quarterback couldn't catch it. It was incomplete, right? However, it was that moment, at least from what I saw, that started to shift things for the Rams and have them all of a sudden play together and figure out that they needed each other in order to create momentum to score points. I don't know if anybody who is a sports person will actually agree with me about that assessment, but that's what I saw right last night. So what's the point? Are you doing the same thing in your business? Are you working hard all by yourself, forgetting about the fact that no one succeeds alone? By the way, that's a law, like gravity. Like, you can't defy the law of gravity. That's a law. No one succeeds alone. So are you spending time attempting to prove that wrong? It is a fact that you need people more than people need you. Right? You should probably write that down just so you don't forget it. It is a fact that you need people more than people need you. So what are you doing to maximize your opportunity? Are you engaging the people in your database at a high level so that they can help you succeed? Are you engaging with your colleagues in the market center at a high level so that they can help you succeed? Are you utilizing the tools, the systems, the resources, AKA the people that the market center provides to you at a high level so that they can help you succeed? Are you using strangers, open house attendees, authors, coaches, people you find online? Are you using strangers at a high level so that they can help you succeed? Look, it takes being on purpose about connection, and on purpose about collaboration, and on purpose about participation, and on purpose about choosing to come to the office and engage, being on purpose about plugging in, about attending family reunion, about plugging into masterminds or book clubs or trainings, the Sign In to Win program. You've got to be on purpose about choosing to engage with the people that you choose to have around you so that you can climb higher and higher and higher. Or else you're just on an island all by yourself. And if you're the best realtor on the planet on an island all by yourself, what's the point? Right? So you have made a choice, right? The choice you've made is to be in an industry that demands connection and outreach. That's the choice you made. Our industry it demands that of you, connection and outreach. Remember, it's not their job to call you, it's your job to call them. You've also made a choice to be in business at a company that offers more opportunity to connect and benefit from the skills, talents, and ideas that we all bring to the table than any other one that I know. I mean, do we recognize that? And are we taking action around that? Are you taking advantage of that? Or are you on your island? Are you digging a moat? Are you building up walls? No one succeeds alone. What if you leaned into the concept that you need people, your clients, your database, your strangers, your colleagues, your leadership? You need them all at a really high level in order to achieve your goals. So here's your homework. This week, figure out one new thing that you are going to do to engage others. Is it reaching out to your database? Is it attending a mastermind? Is it hosting an open house? Is it registering and then attending family reunion? What are you going to do? Is it working in the office 3 days a week and committing to that? Is it calling an expired? Who are you going to engage with? And once you've done that for this week, I want you to pick another activity for next week. Who else am I going to engage at a high level? And then once you've done that next week, I want you to do it again and again and again. Choose to push yourself out to more and more people consistently, and you will be amazed at what happens. Just like the Rams last night, you turn things around, you operate more effectively and efficiently, and you ultimately get the results that you desire. Guys, I hope this was helpful to you this morning. I'm grateful for each and every one of you because I know that no one succeeds alone, and I get to succeed because of and through each of you. So thank you for your time, effort, your talents, and your dedication to your craft. We will see you later today, 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. And if not, we will certainly see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Have an awesome day. Happy Valentine's Day. Love you guys. See ya.